Hello, fellow YouTubers. Today we are looking at we're in a bit of an interim period between me selling my Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow and my next project. While I had the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, I also had this Morgan, which is a Morgan Plus 6. Now, I've actually sold the car and it leaves at the weekend. I didn't really do a video on it because I'd bought it. It was only had a couple of 100 miles on it. I wasn't going to have the usual adventure about how much it takes to keep it on the road, because there was really very little money spent on the car while I had it. I've only done about another 1,500 miles over 2 years. It was bought in March 23. It's now October 24. And it's now sold, and it allows me to move on to the next project, and stay tuned for that. But what we've got at the moment is a wee video on just showing you me going to buy the Morgan, some of my comments on it, and it was certainly a visit to Revolutions in Perth, whom I bought it from. It was, I believe, bought as a director's car, never ever used. So when I bought it, it had only 200 miles on it. So there's a wee visit up there to see the range of plus 4s, plus 6s and the three-wheeler cars, which is very interesting if you watch the video. And also I take the car out for a ride, and I basically just give you a rundown of my experience with it. So enjoy the video and stay tuned for the next adventure. As I said, the Morgan departs the garage in the next few days, and we move on to the next item. Okay, stay tuned. Well, lovely day in Perth to go and pick up your new Morgan Plus 6 car. So we're heading over to Revolutions at Perth, and hopefully it should be ready for us. But today I'll give you a wee tour of Revolution's showroom. It's really something else. Morgans are new to me. Nice two-seater, 3-litre BMW engine, and automatic gearbox with it. So very interesting car. For me, it's a very seasonal car. So we'll see how it goes. All right, okay.
Just about to come into the showroom. It does have a windscreen as well.
I was going to get bigger. Yeah, I was going to say that.
That's a plus 4 that we've taken as a trade-in, so we're about to do some preparation. That's going to end up in the showroom as well.
Did you sell a new one?
Sold a new plus 6. Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Yeah. What year is that?
That's a 2009, so it is the centenary car.
Okay. Okay.
Plus 4 about to come into the showroom.
Okay.
That's a 2020 plus 4. That's about to make its way into the showroom.
Okay.
The Prosecco coloured car, we just took that as a trade-in against a new plus 4.
All right, okay.
That's about to get prepared for sale as well. We've got 1, 2, 3 brand new cars just off the transporter this morning.
Goodness.
So we've got to do our pre-delivery inspections and preparation, and they're all going to go out in March.
Do you sell many of them with a hardtop?
No, very few. We do have one here with a hardtop.
As you can see, some number. And black plus 6, which I think I seen them was in the last time. What colour is that, Elliot?
That is Nougat Brown.
Nougat Brown.
Bronze.
Yeah. Is that what's that? That's the 6, isn't it?
6.
Yeah.
That's the latest plus 6.
Is that the new one?
2023 car.
With the better stereo in it then? And the
stereo, the airbags, the stability control, the redesigned interior.
Oh, you never know. We might be back for that. I'll see how the older one goes first.
Start the journey. It's your first Morgan. Not your only Morgan.
Well, is that what happens? You get the bug?
You get bitten by the bug.
Yeah, some cars, they really have. Yeah. You must be getting to the stage now where people like me are coming in because it's summertime and you think, or Are they used throughout the whole year?
We're not really seasonal, to be honest. The cars get a lot more use during spring, summer, autumn.
Okay.
But people tend to plan ahead. So sales-wise, often winters are busiest time because we're getting people into cars in preparation for March and April.
Do you know what I was going to say? You remember you were telling me about the Plus 6 didn't have a wheel on the back because the wheels are two different sizes?
Yeah.
The front and the back?
Yeah.
What's, when you say different sizes, different width? Yeah.
So
the question I was going to ask them, when you have a spare wheel anyway, it doesn't need to be a big wheel, it can always be, I wonder why they never...
The main reason, to be honest, is not just because they have a different size, but it's because even the depth of the front ones would stick out way too far and it would just look ridiculous.
Would it? Okay.
Because there's not really, on the Plus 6, there's no depth below the back panel, so it would just be stuck on the back, so you'd be looking at something that's sticking out to there.
And what's this for actually, this round bit of it?
It's just a... So Morgans of the past, especially race cars, which would always be 5 wheels, rather than put the 5th wheel on them when they were racing, they take the 5th wheel off and put a panel on the back. So we've got a few up there from older cars, just the back panels.
Oh yeah.
So rather than just having one big rear panel, it's sort of more traditional for Morgan to have the wheel cover.
Do you mind being on this video at all?
It's fine.
Good look guy, you're fine.
No problem at all.
Smashing. No, I'm looking forward to getting a hold of it, and I'll just say, if I had a day like this early March, I'll pick it up pretty quickly, but I don't particularly want to pick it up after he's detailed it and go through mud and muck and whatever.
You want to wait for a nice
shiny
day.
That's the black one I think you had in the last time.
Yeah, I think you call it the hearse.
Yeah. I was being didn't mean to be derogatory. It's a bit too
It's just a very sporty, kind of aggressive spec. It's not.
There's some lovely colours they come up with actually. I mean, is this a new Plus 4?
That's a new Plus 4, yes. Yeah. So these are the two 2023 cars.
So these are demonstrators?
They will be as of the 1st of March when we register.
And how long do you keep them before you then put them up for sale?
6 months.
Right, okay, and is it, you have to do that? In the actual cockpit, first things I would say about the car, when the hood's up, don't think this car is draft free. Now that's fine in the summer, but if you're going to drive this car in the winter, wear a big coat and wear some gloves, because there's gap panels here which are just part of the quirkiness of the car, but it does mean you get quite a bit of air coming through the sides of the doors, because the doors are in 2 parts. Also, the roof. For those of a certain age, do you remember what a Silver Cross pram was? Because basically that's what the roof's like. It's like one of these prams my mother used to have when I was about 3 or 4, with a big stretchy canvas hood and the metal frame on it. It is a bit of a bugger to get up, to be fair. Some people might think that's part of the attraction of having a car maybe, but having had other cars and having the BMW i8, which again had I don't know if it was a canvas roof, but it certainly had some form of cloth roof, that was nice. That was done in a press of a button, and I sat here in my chair. Now I'm pulling studs out, I'm pulling straps off, I'm pulling the clips off the windscreen to get this hood down, or in the case of putting it up again. So it's quite a wee bit of an adventure. But again, you're buying this car, you know you're getting that. So the only thing I look at is the price of these cars for what you get sometimes. And I know it's a hand-built car, but they're bloody expensive. So, but in saying that, hey, just looking at this thing, there's something totally different from any other car in the road. And that's what appeals to me much about it. So, here we have the Morgan Plus 6 and all its finery. There's quite a bit of extras you can add to a Morgan. You know, you can easily add about £20,000 worth of extras onto these cars. The extras that this had before I bought it was it had the double headlights, it had these particular alloy wheels, and it had the quilted seats, and also what else did it have? It had the rack on the back, which wasn't standard either. It had these corded carpets, which I've put some mats over, so they weren't standard either. I've added a couple of wee things onto it. I had the car ceramic coated just after I got it. I changed the mirror to a chrome mirror. The car itself is absolutely stunning. I mean, I had a BMW i8 before, where a lot of people used to take pictures of it, but not to the extent where people, any time I leave the car, I come back to it, people are taking pictures of it. Kids love it. Young kids love it because they probably think it's something out the toy box. And dads love it as well because of basically just, you know, what it is. So, yeah, the Morgan, absolutely fantastic piece of art, no doubt about it. My criticisms of the car, I remember seeing videos of the car before I bought it on YouTube, and they talked about sitting on the seats rather than in them. They are one of the most uncomfortable seats I've ever sat in my life. Literally, you do sit on them, you don't sit in the seat, which is not particularly very good for your back and whatever. But anyway, people don't seem to complain an awful lot about it. I just think that could be probably much better. It's 1940s, 50s art, so you got to take the fact that, you know, you've got a canvas hood. You can take the tops of the doors off if you want and just have half doors as well. So basically, I suppose you can do what you want on it. Now, it is a rather harsh ride, there's no doubting that at all. I think the actual look of the car is fantastic. I don't know if I could live with the ride for 9 months of the year. This car, I don't know if I'll keep it past the summer. I think I had to get it out of my system and get one of these, but I don't know, I certainly won't have it on the road come October. It'll be similar to my bike, whereby I used to put that in a bubble. Likewise, I would put that away for the winter as well. So it's one of these things, do you leave it in a bubble for 5, 6 months, not use it and it comes out again, or do you say, I've had fun in it and now's the time to sort of sell it while it's still low mileage and obviously well looked after. So I don't know, but I just find the ride really, really hard. It's a sports car, so, you know, stupid me, I should have probably known that, but it was just, I don't know, I just thought, I said earlier on I had a Porsche 911 before and I noticed that was pretty solid. It's bad for the sleeping policeman. Where I live, there's a few, and there's one in particular, I literally have to take it over about 10 to 12 miles an hour. Apart from that, I can hear something scraping under it. Probably it'd be the exhaust, I think, or I don't know if there's a plate underneath it. Not heavily, but it is getting scraped on. I mean, look at that car. I mean, is it not just a piece of art? I like to be able to turn that off. I like to be able to walk back from a car and look back on it and go, that's nice, and that is nice. So yeah, for the down points on it, it's a harsh ride. It's got a smashing engine in it. It's very fast, but I just like the other good thing I liked about it, and I must say this. And this was also something I said for my Silver Shadow, was that see the manual, it's not pages and pages of how to connect your Wi-Fi to it, how to connect your phone. It was pretty basic. I mean, there's not much to the car. It's got heated seats. Sorry, that was an extra. I mean, the speaker system's embarrassing, actually. That's the only way I could describe it. Now, I suppose when you've got a car like this, you're listening to the engine note rather than the actual car, but the actual sound at the speakers is pathetic. I believe the 2023 model has upgraded, but when you're spending this amount of money in a car, which by the time you add some of the extras onto new ones, you're talking about 6 figures. Now I think they've upgraded the speakers, but you know, no radio either. So it's basically, you know, listen to the engine or bring along your own entertainment, sing along. I don't know, do what you want. But hey ho, I'm probably being overcritical. If you buy a Morgan, you should know what you're getting into, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this particular video. I think also some of the wood veneer there was an extra as well on the car, as well as the heated seats. So yeah, quite a lot of extra additions to the car even before I bought it. And I've added, as you can see, a couple of things to it. So absolutely stunning looking vehicle, no doubt about it. But it has its limitations, and that's all I want to do, is just highlight these to anyone who's thinking about buying these cars, and don't be naive like me. And I did an awful lot of investigation in the car before I bought it. I looked at prices and I looked at all the specs, all the extra things, because it's a bit like Harley Davidson. None of these two things are the same. People very much customise their own, get their own bits added to it. So. And as I said, they can be quite costly. So when you're actually comparing car against car, you need to make sure that, you know, you're pricing like for like. For instance, the upgraded alloy wheels, the heated seats, the spotlights on it, the luggage rack, they're all extras. The hood, actually, believe it or not, the brown hood was an extra £850 over the black one. I didn't pay that, but somebody obviously ordered it that way. So these things accumulate, and the price of the car just keeps going up and up and up, and you obviously it's customised and you get what you want, no doubt about it. But I just felt the steering wheel, the standard steering wheel looked a bit naff, although it did have an airbag on it, which that doesn't, because it's the wood one. But hey ho, going to do my best not to fly through the windscreen. Oh, the other thing I meant to say to you, windscreen wipers, these are a joke. These have got wee plastic bits here, which you'll see have fallen off here. They're like something out of a kit car. It's not so much, well, it's not been out in the rain much, to be fair. So I don't know, I can't say too much about how effective the actual windscreen wipers are, but I mean, you know, come on, whoever makes these, could we not maybe get something a wee bit more upmarket, more incommensurate with the six-figure price of a brand new Morgan? Rant over, sorry, that's just me, forget that bit. But yeah, that looks a wee bit cheap there. So we're actually up in the middle of the Campsies now, which is just north of Glasgow. There's a lot of bloody wee flies about the place, which sort of put me off a wee bit. But anyway, I hope it's not put you off sort of looking at the car. Stunning car, no doubt. But yeah, these are the things which you've just got to take into consideration when you're thinking of buying one of these. That's the only point I would make to anyone.